Okay, so I meant to do a lot of vlogging or vlogging during my trip, but things got busy. I got very tired at night, so I didn't get really any videos done. Did get some photos. I did get some, great, well, like I said, photos of the trip, and that was good. But I didn't actually get any videos done, at least not videos of me narrating what I did of the day or doing the summary. So I figured, why don't I just do it all now? Well, it's been 2 weeks, and what do I actually remember? Not quite as much as when I was there, but I do remember a little, and using the photos, I can kind of piece together what happened and kind of give a narrative of the trip to Seattle, so you can get some ideas of what to do in Seattle and why to go, because if you haven't been, you just got to get there. Seattle, I mean, come on, it's Seattle. Backstory. Backstory is the best way to, it's a great word. I'm glad we have it because backstory sums it up. About 2 years ago, I was up there in Seattle to watch it, well, Bellevue, to watch my goddaughter perform in Little Mermaid for kids. Little Mermaid Junior, maybe they call it, I don't know, everything. You just put Junior behind anything. Miss Saigon Junior. Actually, kids probably shouldn't be doing Miss Saigon, but doesn't matter. Yeah, I saw my goddaughter performing that. It was like wonderful. It was like very entertaining. They were middle school, but they were like charming, and it was fun. So I got an email months ago, and it said, "Oh, by the way, she's now in Seussical." And I'm thinking, Seussical? Like Seussical, the one on the Family Guy episode, said it was so bad. Like the quote was, "This is awful. This is worse than Seussical."
Get a hook. This is worse than Seussical! No, wait.
And so I've never actually seen, well, until now, I'd never seen Seussical, so all I knew was, it was so bad that people made jokes about it. But I said, you know what, I gotta see it, and my goddaughter's in it. I can't say no, because, and kids can get away with a lot. I mean, if adults are doing Seussical, it's like, I don't want to say too much, I'm gonna get in trouble for it, but I kind of think, why are you doing this? But kids can do it. If kids can do Little Mermaid, kids can do anything, but they can get away with it. So I said, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna get a ticket. My friend Ruth, she had been meaning to go to Seattle too, so she's like, oh, yeah. And I said, why don't you come along? She said, well, if you're going up there, I'll go up there too. So she went along. She actually stayed with her brother who lives in Izakaya. I stayed in Bellevue, but with some transportation, we made it work, and we were up there March 9th through 11th. Well, she was there longer, but I was there March 9th through 11th, and it was a wonderful time. Now, for this trip, I did not fly first class both ways. I actually bought 2 coach tickets. In fact, I usually do that. I buy 2 coach tickets. Lots of words. I buy 2 coach tickets to fly up there and see what happens. Well, there were no deals to get to first class, so I flew coach all the way up there.
This is the first time in I don't know, several flights that I didn't go to first class, so it's gonna be weird going back. I'll adjust. I'm gonna deal with it. I miss it already.
Disembarking took probably 20 to 30 minutes. It was just insane. It was like it took forever to get off the plane. Like, why is this taking so long? People, you just get your luggage and you get off. It's just amazing that it would take so long to get off a plane, but it did, and I was in the far back row. I learned some lessons from that. Now, I had no car. In fact, I had no car to get to Oakland Airport. I took Uber, and it worked fine. It was a good time, and of course, well, I had no car in after I landed at SeaTac either. So what I did was I took Uber. Not directly. I don't want to give away all my travel tips because I fear most people, well, some people are going to start using them, and then, I don't know, once the secret's out there, I don't know, I won't get the discount anymore. But what I do is I take the Uber, well, no, I take the coach, the link from SeaTac, 1 or 2 stations north, and then I take Uber from there. Because if you take Uber from the airport, it's like massively expensive, and it's like you waste all this extra money. 1 shot north, 2 shots north, and all of a sudden the fare like divides in half. It was like 50%. So I did that. I went 1 store. I've done it before. It worked, and I took it from, I don't even know the name of the station, but I took it from there. I took it to Bellevue, and it was a pretty good fare. I don't know, 20 bucks to get to where I was going. Worked for me. Now in Bellevue, I picked up my friend's BMW. It's an old model. It's actually a convertible. Did I take the top down? I don't think so, because it was kind of cold and maybe a little bit rainy. But no, the top might have been down. I can't remember. I think it was up. All right, took the top, up or down. I took it into Bellevue downtown. My friend said she got a ride to Bellevue. She was at the mall. Well, the mall in Bellevue, at least one of the malls, it's kind of like hard to know exactly where that mall actually is. It's in buildings and it's spread out, and it's just like when you're in the mall, you know you're in the mall. But when you're not in the mall, you have no idea where this mall is. Where is this mall? It's like inside, it's hidden. It's like the hidden mall. But I had to find my friend, so I had to call, and finally we were able to meet up, and it was too crazy downtown. There's like no parking, or not easy parking, so we went north. I just decided to start driving up the street, and I just kept driving and driving and driving until next thing we knew, there was a nice lake or body of water on the left, and I thought, let's just park here, pull over, and see where we're at. We were in not Bellevue, Kirkland. We had driven north to Kirkland. Easier than you'd think. You just drive and all of a sudden you're in a new city. And that's kind of one of the fun parts, just like when you don't have a real time constraint and you got a full tank of gas, just drive until you find something nice, something pretty. Buy yourself something nice. So we parked there, saw the lake. The lake was great, ducks on the lake, a nice pier, and it was just a wonderful experience to see like Kirkland. Walked downtown, figure we got a good parking space, walked downtown, had some nice Greek food, got to play with the little, I don't know what they're, flags. They have flags on both sides of the road, and you can pick up your flag and you walk across the street with their flag saying, you know, hey, don't hit me, pedestrian. And it was kind of fun. It's like maybe a little bit unnecessary, but why not have some fun? So I did that. I got to use the flags several times across the street. But a good lunch, good afternoon, good weather, and we returned the car, and then we returned to Bellevue. Finally, our friends came home from work. They did that working thing. It was a Friday after all, and we decided it was going to be mob pizza. Mob pizza, and now that's spread out, so you probably know what mob pizza is by this point, but if you don't, it's just this great place to get a custom-made pizza the way you want it. I mean, every single ingredient you pick, you put on the pizza, you decide how you want it, what you want, and it was great. So that was a quick, cheap and easy and fun dinner. All of us had met up at that point, and we all got to enjoy that because the next trip was out to Seussical. Seussical, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It was great. It was entertaining. It was fun. I mean, because kids were doing it. If adults were doing it, I don't know. I think it'd be like, I don't know. Whole different story. Like I said, I'm not here to critique Seussical for adults, but for kids, it was great. It was fun, and we had a good time. And I even did what I wanted to do. I brought balloons. I'd seen it in an Office episode. Michael brought. It's like people were like harassing. Why did you bring balloons to a play or a musical in that case? In our case too, but he was just said everyone could bring cards. I need to bring something special, or flowers. So he brought balloons, and I thought I want balloons too. So I brought balloons, and it was actually kind of fun. It was like you can see why you don't bring balloons to a theater. There are reasons. But I think my goddaughter appreciated the balloons. I hope she did. But either way, you know, mission accomplished. After the show, we had some time to kill. It was still early, the night was young, so we went back to Seattle and got some ice cream at one of those fancy, like, boutique ice cream places where the line is just out the door and then some, and just figured, why not have some fun? But a very long wait. I was very tired at that point. I was like, this noise is killing me, but I don't remember what ice cream I got. I didn't actually like the ice cream too much. I think I split it with my friend Ruth, but it was fun. It was a good experience. So even if you don't enjoy the end product, the ice cream was whatever, the experience was good. So that was the whole point of it. We drove her home, and then I went home and just crashed for the night. Crashed hard. Done. Friday night, done in Seattle. Over. So now it's Saturday. Saturday was the escape room. This was something we'd been planning for a little while, and I had to buy the tickets and didn't know what to expect. I heard a lot about them, but the escape room experience, and you gotta try it. I mean, it's fun. You do it with a group, and it's cool if you like everyone, you know everyone in the group, but if you don't, I guess that's cool too. But in our case, there was like 4 of us and no one else joined, so just the 4 of us. A little odd at first, but then we kind of got used to it, and it was like, at least for me, I was like, I'm not sure what this is all about, but got into the room, and it was just a wonderful game, wonderful experience. I could do a whole video on escape room experience. I can't pluralize it because I only did one, but I could share that with you, and it's just great. It was just good old fun. If you're in the mood to have fun and you go there with a good attitude, it's just a really cool bonding experience. I say bonding. I think part of it was, yeah, everyone kind of working together as a team. But there's also this blame factor. There's also why didn't you know? You saw the shaving cream and there was a clue for shaving cream. Why didn't you? You killed us, because I kind of, in a way, contributed to the death of our group. Now, there were other clues, but that got us behind. So it's we're a team. We failed together. But I realized that my failure to disclose the clue that I had seen, I just forgot. I still forgot about it. I was looking for other clues at the time. So shaving cream, don't need that. And later on, there was a clue about shaving cream, and 2 and 2 did not go together. I never got the 4 out of it. So that, but the whole thing was still fun. We had a good time. We failed our mission, needless to say. I think the guy said we had about 50% of the way done in the hour. It's the fastest hour of my life, I think. Was that room, but it was actually one of the most fun. So it was good times. I was glad we did it. So after that, we had some time to kill, so we went back home, dropped off my friend Leslie, and then it was Terry, Ruth, and I went to actually the Seattle cider place first. So you get fresh cider and good stuff. It was a fun, just a kind of a creative, artistic place. I highly recommend that. Don't know where it's at, but I do recommend it. After that, we went to the whiskey tasting place. It took forever to find parking, but we finally got to taste some whiskeys. Good wholesome fun. I don't know if I should use wholesome, but it was good fun. I mean, it's whiskey tasting, it's a vice, but it was fun. So you don't have to go overboard on it, but it is whiskey, it is alcohol, and it's fun. Now that night we had some special plans. We went to North Seattle to go to, I forgot, I looked it up, but I forgot to write it down, Gabriel's Fire, actually. Now I do remember the name. Gabriel's Fire is sort of a barbecue brisket ribs place, and it's just, you don't even need, and people are saying, I don't even need the sauces. Well, I kind of like the sauces. I mean, you take the good old barbecue and you dip them in the sauces, and it's just great. It's just good eating. We had a good time. We got there towards the end, so they didn't have pork, but they had all the other stuff, and we had a great meal. Totally worth it. I would happily go there again. Gabriel's Fire is the name of the place, so I give that a recommendation. I should recommend it on Yelp too. Maybe I will. After that, another late night. Don't remember what we did, but then I had to drive back to Issaquah, drop my friend Ruth off, and then come back home, and then the next day was, of course, Sunday. Now Sunday, we had planned a hike. In fact, we didn't just plan it, we did it. We did a hike, gosh, what was it called? It's a hike I'd done before, and it wasn't a bad hike. It's a good hike. I wanted a better hike, but my friend said, did you bring hiking shoes? And I said, no, just running shoes that I no longer use. And she said, well, we're not going to go on any serious hikes. I'm like, no, come on. I know I could do it, and I probably could have, but all right, fine, play it safe. But they underestimate my abilities to do good hiking in even non-hiking shoes or boots, but all right, fine. So we went on this waterfall hike that we'd seen before. It was a good hike. It was a good chance for just everyone to talk and, I don't know, get to know each other better. So it was a good bonding experience. It was a great time. I mean, the waterfall itself was okay, got the photos. It's okay. There are better hikes, better waterfalls, but the experience itself was actually kind of fun. So good times, and I enjoyed doing it. Oh yeah, I should mention that the day before we also went to, gosh, we ate a lot. We went to a Japanese restaurant to get some, I guess, it was some sort of Japanese food. We didn't really have sushi, but we had some other dishes, and it was good. I had one of those sticky buns with food in the middle. That was good. That kind of food just really, that kind of food and a beer, really good. So I want to throw that in there. I wish I knew the name of the place. I probably could find out. I think I will. So after a day of hiking, we went to a little bit of shopping. No, I think we stayed back and just watched some Vikings or something. But and then we had this great outdoor barbecue where you just cook everything in front of you. And of course, one of the riskiest types of eating, because the food is so good that you just keep eating and eating and eating, and past the point where I'm full, but The food is so good. It's that's why I say it's risky. It's a risky way to eat when the food is so good that you eat when full. But it was a good meal, good times, good afternoon, and a great way to spend our final Sunday. Because a few hours later, we were on the way. We dropped Ruth off in Izakaya and me back at SeaTac, where I got back on a flight. But this time, I had first class. I mean, it wasn't that much more. So I went back to first class on the way home, and totally worth it. I mean, for me, totally worth it. I was like, this is nice. Nice seat space. I fell asleep pretty quickly. I didn't remember even taking off. I just remember getting up in the air, and next thing I knew, we were coming down in Oakland. I don't know what the weather was, but I remember after getting settled in, I thought, okay, Uber, now how much to get home? $41. So I thought I could walk a while. I walked a long while. I ended up going through some nature parks or something, having to go back because the Google Maps was wrong, which is odd. They're usually correct. And then next thing you know, I'm walking all the way down to San Leandro, and I summoned Uber at that point, and it was went from $40 to $16. I said, I can live with this, I can do this, and I took Uber home, vacation over, and it was all a good time. So that is my vacation video. So instead of doing 20 small videos, I did one long video with some photos, and it was a good time. So I've updated everyone. I finally got mostly caught up on my videos because life has gotten busy, and I haven't had a chance to really do all the videos I wanted to do lately. But I had them in my mind, and now they went from here to there. So yay, that part's done. I'll try another one soon, which is a relative word.